together, everything feels so right. They all know what to say, how much you mean to me, and how you make me feel. That's how I know this is real. Don't make me my baby. I can't believe I found the love of someone. Don't wake me up if I'm dreaming. I can't believe I found the love of someone sweet as you. Sometimes it seems to me I'm living in the dream, a perfect fantasy. That's the world I want to be. Don't wake me, I'm a baby. I can't believe I found the love of someone. Don't wake me up if I'm dreaming. I can't believe I found the love of someone sweet as you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's no other than the man himself, Mr. Damon Karl with a K. What's up, big dog?
What's going on? What's going on?
You're in tune to the Andre the Beast Crayton show with Yolanda M. Smith, my co-host. Man, that song was totally off the chart. So you was on the show when I first started the podcast, and I mean, you have clearly risen. Tell me the changes that has happened between now and then.
Well, I mean, it really kind of shows, you know, the hard work and dedication and consistency as well, too.
Somebody just asked me that. It's like, Andre, what's the success in being successful? Is it this or is it this or is it the work? Consistency? I said exactly what you said.
The main thing is discipline. That's the biggest thing. Oh my goodness, because it's so easy to get sidetracked because you know, you have your audience, you have your fans, you have this and that, you have your manager, you have the social media. It's easy to get distracted. How
do you keep from getting distracted? I mean, because you still got to engage in your support fans. I mean, you can't blow them off because last thing you want to hear is, well, I sent him some inbox and he never responded. Yeah. How do you avoid that?
I mean, just stand on top. You can always, you know, just kind of prompt your messages as well, dude. That's the easiest thing as well.
Really?
Yeah. Easiest thing for me is, you know, if you get somebody that inboxes you or, you know, that wants to be a part of something, you just prompt your message and say, hey, I'll get right back to you, and, you know, you can ditch them to your manager or, you know, whatever.
Right. So tell me about you. Tell the viewers that don't know you a little bit about how you got to where you're at right now, and we'll get into where you at now later down the line because you've been somewhere.
Yeah. Well, it all started in a you know. Well, let's go all the way back. When I first started at church, I was so fascinated with guitar player, and that's where I first picked up my guitar.
Okay. Is that your original guitar?
No, it's not. I wish I don't have that one, man. I wish I did, but
what'd you do with it? You sell it so you can get your career. Tell us that story too.
Listen, artists, y'all better stay single because my first guitar. Oh my gosh, my first guitar. It was. I let a woman borrow it, one of my ladies, I let her borrow it, and she was like, "Hey, I just want to play it for a couple weeks. I'll give it back." I never heard from her again, and the only reason why I never heard from her is because she would let one of her nephews play it, and her nephews broke the whole guitar in half, and I was just so hurt. And she was like, "Yeah, I never talked to you again because I didn't know how to come to you about your guitar being broken, your first guitar being broken."
How about giving you some money?
Exactly, right. And we had it repaired, but it was beyond repair. Beyond repair, and I was just so hurt. I wasn't really hurt about it, but I was like a little bit distraught. You know what I'm saying? It's my first guitar. You know, it's like a prize. You know, so. Stay single, guys, okay?
So how did you move on from that? Because that was you. That was your journey getting ready to start up. So then what happens?
As an artist, you're always going to go through a lot of tribulation and trials. But after that, I purchased my cherry. I remember it's 1970s cherry red, all electric Gibson guitar.
Man, you sound just like you get a new car.
I'm trying to let you know. So that one ended up being stolen from my vehicle right after my show. I always like to bring both of my guitars to my show, but now of course I don't. But after a show, I may believe someone maybe had followed me or something home, and I was like so tired. I was like, man, I'm gonna just leave my guitars in the back of my car. I'm gonna just go in, take a little nap, come back in the morning. Nah, my whole car was ran through. My guitars, my amps.
Don't be surprised if somebody doesn't come to the show tonight and say, hey, can you autograph this?
Listen, I'm trying to let you know, man, but this is probably my third purchase of guitar, and I mean, it's been rocking me ever since.
So you mentioned that it struggles, and I think this is Black Music Month, and I was clearly not aware of that. So congratulations, and congratulations to all those
appreciate that. Thank you.
Artists that paved the way.
Mm-hmm.
But clearly there were struggles, and you're young.
Yeah.
So to look at you and you say struggles, I go, really?
Yeah.
But you're the new voice of a new generation. What are the struggles that you dealt with and the struggles that you fear moving forward?
I mean, the struggles is basically what people don't see behind closed doors.
I like that.
I mean, it could be family issues, it can be money issues, it can be just
relationship issues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Guitar issues.
Exactly right. And that's the thing that makes good music, because we're able to make relatable music that we can connect with our fans and everything.
Your music speaks volume. How do you get the inspiration to write such beautiful lyrics? And I remember the first time I actually heard you, I was with Brother Steve. I think we remember this.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I went to the party because it was going away party. I really didn't know too many people there. Mm-hmm. And I remember Steve going, you gotta watch this kid. And I seen you come up on the stage, and I was like, yeah. And when you got to playing, I was like, holy crap, But I was taken away by just the lyrics, the harmony, the melody. How do you come up with this at such a young age?
That's a very good question.
You're on the clock.
How do I come up with such inspiration from a young age? You have legends, you have your greats that you look up to.
Right.
And you kind of grasp whatever they're making from their music that you listen to. So I mean, it can be people that's in your corner, or people that's that I've opened up for, that you gravitate towards too. So I mean, music that they've written, I grab a lot of their melodies, and I grab whatever they can come up with, and I try to incorporate it on guitar. Because my first initial thought was, maybe I can play that song on guitar. Maybe that'll sound cool on guitar. And I've done that for so long.
So you automatically take the music and go right to what you're good at.
Absolutely.
And you're good at that. Okay.
If you don't see that a lot. If you have like a song by, for example, Lil Wayne.
Right.
You don't see that on guitar.
Oh, I know you was gonna say Lil Wayne, because I said
yeah.
Have you performed Lil Wayne yet?
I haven't. But there was a song called "Comfortable" by Babyface. But
right.
he wrote that and produced that one, and I was like, wow, that's on guitar as well too. So it's just taking a lot of the songs that you think and you don't hear every day that's on acoustic guitar, and try to sing them live as covers. And people are so blown away.
Yeah.
From like, man, dang, that's a cool acoustic version of it.
But you know what I like about the fact that I play the bass?
Yeah, okay.
And I play the sax. A lot of people don't know I play the saxophone too. But because that particular instrument, the saxophone, those are almost like standalone instruments. Mm-hmm. So do you like performing by yourself acoustically, or do you like a band behind you? That's a good question, Andre.
It's a very good question. Most of the time I like playing by myself, because I'm able to get in a certain element.
Okay.
And I'm able to connect with the audience. And it's more, in a way, it's quiet. It's more controlling when you have, when you're by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you can go all day with playing with a band, but you got to be like this all the time.
How do you know how to connect with the audience. That's something different. Being a professional athlete in bodybuilding, somebody said, how do you connect with the audience? Mm-hmm. And I tell them, I don't see the audience.
Yeah.
And they go, what? I said, literally, I don't see the audience. Mm-hmm. I see maybe the front row, but I'm there to do a job. Yeah. So when I'm done, I'm still entertaining the crowd, but I don't see the crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. It's the same exact way. I don't see the crowd. I read the energy of the room.
Really?
You know, because the room gives a certain aura off.
Right.
And people who read energies, and they know very well that, you know, you can go inside a room and be like, man, this ain't right.
Right.
And that's what I kind of lean more towards when I go inside of, and I try to read the audience. And I'm like, okay, y'all feeling happy? Y'all feeling a little bit sad? I'm gonna hit this special kind of note, or you know what I'm saying. So,
have you ever been in a situation? I remember this from my bodybuilding career. Mm-hmm. I had to go on after somebody that really sucked, and I literally had to wonder if I can go switch my tape.
Yeah.
You know, to read the crowd. Mm-hmm. And now I'm like, okay, well, they don't let you change your tape, you know, because it's all the way up in the control. So now you got to really come out and rock the crowd. Has that ever happened for you where you had to go behind somebody and they was like, ugh?
I mean,
you don't have to mention their name.
Yeah.
You know.
I look at this. Most artists, I mean, they're always going to be there for a certain type of reason. And that one person, maybe they came there for that one entire person, but all artists are great. I mean, there's no one that really sucks, in my opinion, but I've never had that. I never had that happen.
Not yet.
Per se, not yet, right? I never had that happen, but you know, it was just, you have to go in there with a certain mindset. To go in there like, hey, listen, I might be singing for like 5 people,
right?
But I'm gonna do and sing my thing for those 5 people.
When did this resonate into, hey, I need to take this to the professional level, to the business? And what was the tools that you used to go from amateur, because you're no longer an amateur, you know that. So the question is, when did the transition take place? When did you wake up and say, now it's time to elevate this?
Yeah, I would say the best, I mean, the time that I did start to say I wanted to elevate, I would just say this. When I first did the open mics, and it's the people that you hang around with. Mm-hmm. You got to create your circle, because those are the people that's going to elevate you. You know what I'm saying? I had maybe a group of 3 people that did the same exact thing that I did. They did music, and they were like, hey, man, bro, we should hit these open mics all day to get our name up. That's the strat. I'm giving y'all keys right now, so y'all should listen up. Hit these open mics first. That'll get your name buzzing around.
Right.
And then after open mics, people will start calling you.
You just gave them some information.
Absolutely.
How hard is it to do? It's probably easy.
It's very challenging.
Okay.
You know, because you have to go in there at open mics. People don't know you. They don't know you, but you got to go in there and be like, listen, you got to command this crowd. I mean, this one guy specifically told me one day, he was like, listen, bro, before you go and do this open mic, you got to command that crowd. You got to say, if you want them to stand up, you got to tell them to stand up. If you want them to sing this song,
tell them to sing.
Tell them to sing. And I did. I went in there and did that just thing, and I carried that throughout my entire life.
Really?
Absolutely.
So when did the professionalism come in? When did you say, wow, it's time to get money?
Yeah.
Who were your mentors? It had to be a lot, because you do a lot of R&B, Motown type. And I know you want to give shouts out to everybody, but it's got to be, okay, I'm going to do you like the everybody else. I'm going to give you 5.
My 5 tops.
5 tops.
And
you better think about that now, because your circle.
It doesn't really have to be like in music or anything as well either. But you know, Scoop, you know, that's the biggest thing. If anybody doesn't know Scoop, it's Steve Jefferson. But Sid Johnson, of course, Uncle Jams.
Okay.
I know he doesn't like me telling that, but Uncle Jams is what they prefer in his name. You know, our parents, my family.
Okay.
That's my biggest things.
I'm coming at you with a machine gun, y'all.
Yeah. You are.
Well, definitely your fans.
Yeah.
You know, that inner circle. Because what I liked about what you said, and you still got to give me two more, is that you didn't need a lot of people around you.
You did. Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it was 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And you elevated.
Mm-hmm.
So give me the other 2.
My friends and my fans.
Okay. Okay. That's good.
Cheating on that one, right?
Yeah, I saw that one. So my next question is, I'm trying to make it a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you like in the music industry? This is Black Music Month. Who do you like? What are some of the artists that you like?
In a way, I like Babyface.
Why?
Songwriting wise.
Okay.
Tyrese. He can really put a lot of soul in his songs. Neo. Songwriter wise. If we're thinking like new school.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Chris Brown's been around for a while, but you know, Chris Brown, you got, you know, I mean, that's that.
What makes you different than those artists? Bam! Bam! What makes you different from those artists? Better think of this one really good.
Yeah. What makes me different from these artists?
Yeah.
I guess the charisma is the biggest thing, and the discipline.
Okay.
And I play guitar. I'm a troubadour on guitar.
Okay.
Yeah. I can go in any kind of audience and still rock it.
I like the confidence.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I promise you I can. Like, I think the versatility is the biggest thing as well too.
Okay.
You know, I can connect not only with, you know, African American audiences, but I can go to Caucasian audiences. I can go to Indian, whatever, you know.
You can go to the bowling alley and do baby love, puppy love.
I can do anything you name to it. You know what I'm saying? I can go 80s, 90s, ever on guitar, and that's it. You have it.
You got such notoriety. How hard was it, seriously, like, to get to where you are in such a short amount of time? Let me rephrase it. What was the struggles?
Wow.
People hear
Yeah.
people see you. They see the baby faces, the concert tours. But there had to be some type of struggle. What was the struggle for you to get over?
The biggest thing is just staying humble, but the biggest struggle was, you know, sometimes a lot of these artists are broke. Honestly.
Did you repeat that to the mic?
A lot of these artists are broke.
Why?
Because they're not getting paid from shows as much as, you know, when in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through that. You got to spend your own hard-earned money.
You need to say that into the mic.
You got to spend your hard-earned money to get money. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to think like, listen, you got to make a whole lot of sacrifices. The struggles is being.
What are some of the sacrifices that you make before we continue with that?
A place to live.
Elaborate.
My car.
Elaborate.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I know that I'm gonna be opening up a show for Babyface in Philly, I'm gonna do everything I can. If I don't got no money, I'm gonna do everything I can and drive down there. I don't care. If I don't got no money, I'm gonna drive down there and I'll make my impression last forever. Because you know, first impression is always gonna be a last.
What are some of the other struggles that you went through? I like the one that you said about investing your own money, your own time, and the sacrifice. Elaborate on that a little bit.
As an independent artist, you have to know that you're going to spend a lot of money on your own promotion, your own clothing, your own, you know, your backline, your equipment. You have to know that you're going to spend your own money.
How much does that usually cost, roughly?
If I was to start, you spend at least about 5 racks.
Really?
Yeah.
That's for just one show or just one album, one production?
That's maybe out of like 2 months.
Really?
Spending that much money, and it adds up quickly from the plane tickets that you have to take to get to certain places, for the equipment that you have to keep, working on, or if you lose something, you got to repurchase that. That's easily another $3,000. In guitars, insurance,
food.
You
your cell phone bill to make sure you stay up on your social media.
Yeah.
And the people that you pay to do your social media.
Absolutely. And not alone the people that you got to pay, because they got to take a cut too. Yeah.
What's the difference between, you're young, so this is probably a challenging question, but from the people that you've been around to today, what have they shared with you that's different from their era to the era that you're now in and evolving to?
I mean, the biggest thing that they've always shared was just keep going and not to ever give up on your dream. Because, I mean, if you chase your dream, you're never going to catch it. You're saying you always have to just stay, steady the race. You always have to stay on a good pace and to never give up. People still to this day, they say, hey, just don't give up. You know what I'm saying? It's
Who
easy.
tells you that the most?
People from my audience, people from, my family members, people from my mentors for sure. They tell me that the most. And they say, just listen and have an open ear, and always stay creative. Because it's easy to get that block, you know what I'm saying? It's easy to get that, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. This ain't going nowhere. The music industry is dying, whatever. You just gotta.
But do you feel that at times? I mean, you're human.
Oh, absolutely, I do.
You're human.
Oh, I do.
When was the last time you felt that? Be honest. We're live.
Shoot, 2 weeks ago, man. Like,
Really?
Most of this time, I think, during this time, it's not easy to, do a hop and escape. You have to call off work. That means you got to miss money to do something for a free show, whatever. But the biggest thing is whenever you get in that feeling, you always have to keep that goal-oriented mind. You always have to say that, oh, I did not come this far to just give up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's always been that kind of motive for me.
I like what you said, because most people would blow that off and be like, not answer that question, but you were straight up, hey, just 2 weeks ago I was feeling like that.
Yeah.
Like, why in the hell am I doing this?
Yeah.
Because
something's got to change.
What did you do to change? How do you get out of that? That rut?
You got to take a break sometimes. You can't keep go. I'm going to go to this show. I'm going to go to that show. You got to take a break sometime. You got to relax sometime and just kind of sit back and recess. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to give your brain time to realize, like, oh, shoot, let me just take a break and sit down and say, hey, okay, this is where I am. This is where I want to go. And this is where I'm standing at this moment.
Right.
And you got to be in the present moment. You got to be at least in that for a couple weeks.
Okay.
I mean, you got to take a break. If you got little shows here and there, but you just got to take a break and you got to say, hey, I'm in this moment. This is where I am. Either I'm elevating or going nowhere.
Damn, dude, that was deep.
Yeah.
Left me speechless on that one.
Yeah.
Speaking of tours and shows, you getting ready to perform
at the Marion County Fair this actually tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah,
you can already say tomorrow. I was
yeah,
right. So how can the viewers come and support you, be a part of your journey?
Well, first things first.
Let's do first.
Without support, we are nothing. Us artists are nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you have to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
What's your name on the social media platform so they'll know how to find you?
Instagram, it's DamonKarl. Facebook, go like my page so you can keep updated. It's DamonKarl. Twitter, it's Damon Karl Music.
With a K.
With a K. Don't forget about the K, okay? I try to let y'all know. Don't forget about the K. If you say C, you ain't gonna follow nobody. But,
yeah. How do you feel about tonight? I
feel great. I always feel really, really excited and feel really energized whenever I'm ready to do a show.
Are you performing with some other artists?
Yes.
Local artists?
Local artists.
Who are they?
Man, they local legends to me.
Okay. Who are they?
You got Kelsey Marie, you got Skip, one of the biggest thing. You got 12, which are also are part of BCAP as well too, except for Skip. But just a lot of local artists, and just here to support my bro Skid.
Speaking of support, tell me about your connection with Uncle James.
Oh man,
The legend. I call him the general.
yeah.
He scares me in a way because you know Andre, touch him and,
Seriously, I am seriously. I mean, well, so you know, it all first started when we were at a Sing for 10 contest.
Mhm.
Like I said, it was an opportunity that I saw that would elevate me. So any opportunity that you see that you think can elevate you, even if you're scared to go, I'll be honest, I was a little bit nervous because a lot of people were like, man, you should go to the Sing for 10 contest. I'm nervous to open up for Tank. You know what I'm saying? That was back then.
Yeah.
Right?
Now you're not.
Right now I'm not. But, you know, I met Uncle James there at the Sing for 10 contest. But the story was that I played my guitar, but I didn't end up. I didn't even win. But what he saw in me was a young baby face, and he was like, "Man, you know." He comes up to me. I think I want to know other way around, but he comes up to me and says, "You know who you remind me of?" And I'm like thinking in my head, "Okay."
Here we go again.
You remind me of the young baby face that I used to manage back in the old day. And I was like, okay. Who's Babyface? And then, you know, it took me to go home and kind of do my little research of who Babyface was. I'm like, oh shoot, okay.
Yeah.
And then from there, I was like, yeah, let's go, let's do this, and I'm ready to take it to the next level. So you can't be afraid to take things to the next level, even if you're nervous as all get out.
Right. How often do you get compared to Babyface?
Oh, too many times.
Yeah. What does he think about it? Have you met him?
I met him on several occasions.
What does he say?
You know, it's just funny. I will tell you a story in Atlanta. When we went to Atlanta, I did a tour with him there. He was like, you know, before I went on to perform, a lot of people called me his protege. And I was like, the young Babyface. Right. And it was funny because he doesn't say a lot when you first meet him. He doesn't say a lot. He doesn't say anything at all. He just says, how's it going? What's going on?
Really?
Yeah, he's real shy and timid, to be honest with you.
Really? But you're not.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't think he would open up to you, you know, when you first meet him. But you know, when you first meet him on several occasions, he's like, you know, how's it going? You know, what's been going on, or you know, simple things like that. You know, just real.
What did he share with you about your career moving forward? Did he share words of wisdom?
I remember one instance in Kentucky that I opened up for him. That's my very first time opening up for him, and you know, he was like, just reminding me of like, keep going, don't stop the music, keep doing your thing, keep going. And from there, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna open up for him multiple times, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I was thinking in my head. I'm gonna open up for him again, you know, and I'm gonna get a chance to open up for him, you know, going to tour.
Right. And
every day, I kid you not, I drive this certain way where there's a huge sign where it says Kenny Babyface Edmond Highway. I ride past it every day. And I like to remind myself, like, man, one day I'm gonna have
your name.
38th Street, all of 38th Street. I try to put that in the atmosphere, you know.
You know, 38th Street used to be the strip for us. That's why I used to go up and down and play Babyface going up and down the street, the strip.
Yeah. All of 38th Street from east to west. And I'm
if you put it out there to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. So who are some of the other artists that you had the pleasure of working with before we wrap up?
As far as like opening up for wise or
and performing with them.
Okay. Well,
as well as the local legends that are here. Well, I saw you and B. Thompson.
Yeah, B. Thompson. He's awesome, man. That was at the Jazz Kitchen.
K. Marie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
Man, honestly, they're legends of themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have made their marks here in Indianapolis that will last forever as new local artists or new legends of Indianapolis. You know, we have to fill those spots. You know, the big time artists that have came from Indianapolis, those shoes are waiting to be filled.
I like the way you said that. I just told somebody a while back, I'm like, the number one legend that you hear in music is the Jacksons, 2100 Jackson Street. Why can't we bring Indianapolis on the map?
Exactly.
I'm hoping that individuals like yourself can do that.
You got shoes that are waiting to be filled. So any artist that you are looking up to that came from Indianapolis, fill those shoes.
Yeah.
If not,
you get worked up.
Yeah. Seriously. I mean, there's no other thing about it. I mean, I'm gonna come out of Indianapolis as one of the. I mean, I try to remain humble.
You can go and say what you're gonna say, because I was like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to be saying.
Exactly, but I mean, I would come out of Indianapolis as one of the biggest artists.
Yeah.
And those shoes will get filled.
Before we leave, with the local artists here right now, and this isn't, let me bear in mind and say this, if he doesn't say your name, it's not that he doesn't think you are, but we always have that one, like, who would you look at and go, wow, you know what, I'm just amazed at their talent.
Wow.
I'm throwing guns at you, man. No, I give you 2. No, I give you 3. That's a lot. I'm giving you 3.
Off tops is Yolanda Renee.
Okay. Why?
Her stage control.
Okay. What you was talking about, get up and start dancing right now.
I'm trying to let you know. And she can sing out of this world.
Okay.
Yolanda Renee, in a way, you got B. Thompson, man. He's pretty dope.
He's dope.
He's dope, man.
Look.
Those shoes.
Yeah.
The big feel.
Yeah. You got one more. You better get this right, or I'm cutting the show off right now.
Jeez, man, that's a good one, man.
How about Damon Karl with a K?
Exactly.
Okay, that's what I'm talking.
That's it. That's it. Oh, Uncle Jim. He walked this through in the room right now, but he can sing a little bit too as well. So,
I heard that.
So we might just have to get him to sing a little bit.
We're gonna have him come on too. So before we wrap up, tell the viewers once again how they can support you, follow you, and more importantly, how can they get that new album?
So listen.
Is it an album or is it a track? Because I'm trying to catch up with what I'm supposed to say. Newest single.
Called Put It on Repeat. Put It on Repeat.
You know, on my Spotify, all your shit is on repeat.
I appreciate that, man. All the love right here.
You know, I'm always singing that Buppy Love, where you know, I just keep seeing that video with you throwing the ball down.
Oh, yeah, kiss.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah. So how can the viewers reach you, and tell them again what time they need to be out tonight to listen to you perform?
So listen, we are at the Marion County Fair, and the show starts at 7 o'clock on the dot. Okay?
He said on the dot.
On the dot.
Yeah.
7 o'clock on the dot. You know what I'm saying? You got to be there. 6:30. 7:30, okay? But listen, I said 7 o'clock because, you know, CP time, you know.
Yeah.
We gotta tell them an hour earlier. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But long story short, you can always follow me on my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter. Again, that's Damon Karl.
With a K.
Karl. It's Karl with a K, okay? My Twitter, Damon Karl Music. My Instagram, Damon Karl. My Facebook, go ahead and like my Facebook fan page. So that way you can keep updated on where I'll be next. You know, I am at the Marion County Fair today at 7:30, but I'm telling you, be there at 7 o'clock, so you know, kind of meet and greet. But I will be at Blankets, Lounge next week, and also Harper's Bar and Grill. So stay tuned for that. Go and like that on my Facebook fan page so you can keep updated.
Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. Grab that guitar and take us out of here. And ladies and gentlemen, as he takes us out of here, subscribe, like, share. Do what we need to do to support these young artists. This is Black Music Month. I'm proud to have these guys show up on the Andre the Beast Crayton Show with Yolanda M. Smith. Take us out of here. This has been the Andre the Beast Crayton Show. You about to listen to the beautiful sounds of Mr. Damon Karl with a K.
Just enough.
how it deserves. Get it going, legally, barely a melody. And the right song is like meaning, cause I'm so in love with you. Love me stronger, love me better. Dive into your heart and show you all the ways to dive into your heart and show you all the
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another exciting episode of the Andre the Beast Crayton Show. That was sick. I like that a lot.